the thing is that you can't deny a man a way to earn a living because of his criminal past.
Yeah, and I want to say in Oklahoma, I read in our Constitution, and we've got very strict restrictions on our judicial courts, particularly in criminal law. Things like you can't take a man's horse from him. Okay,
right.
Now, what did the horse mean 110 years ago? That was a way that a guy could actually live. You can't take away the tools of a man's proper trade. Things like this.
Correct.
This just smacks of just overbearing government.
So, one of the things that's brought out on constitutional grounds all the time, once again, if you're just tuning in, Tom McKay, 3D Politics Live, David Van, SoonerPolitics.org, and David Oldham, ConstitutionalGrounds.com. One of the things Oldham is always pointing out, and he says that the creation and enforcement of these political crimes is, it must end. And the fact that you call them a political crime to arrest someone for not having a license, how can you explain that as a political crime?
Well, in other words, it's just a dictate handed down by government. There is nothing where anyone else was harmed. So no actual crime was created.
No victim.
There's no victim.
Okay.
No victim was alleged in any of this. It was concerned that there might be or would be, but nothing was alleged that there was actually a crime, a victim in any of these stings. And so what you have is as a political crime, it's I declared you can't, you did, so therefore you're a criminal. That's a political crime.
Yeah. I would say the only thing, and this would be such a slight technicality, is look at that licensing fee as nothing more than a tax, as an excuse for the government to collect more money and justify its bloated existence. And so if you say, okay, the guy didn't pay his $50 licensing fee or $500, who knows what they're going to charge, county and state, as well as city. That would be the only thing I could say is if you looked at it as a tax.
Except for the prior aspect to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you don't do X, Y, or Z, that you then are in violation and you now are a criminal. That is the problem.
Yeah. And I also have a problem with applying it as a tax, and I'll tell you why. Our income tax is based on actual income we get.
Correct.
This would be a tax on your right to work before you even make $1.
It's a tax on a right.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court even has gotten that one correct.
Yeah.
As much as they get wrong, they've gotten that one correct.
What's
that
the
you cannot tax a right.
Okay.
Okay, you cannot inhibit a right.
Yeah.
And that is and they have said it, and don't ask me the case because I can
no,
remember it
that's
at the
true,
moment.
because the famous yarmulke case, that a tax on yarmulkes is essentially tax on Jews. You're going after specific race.
Or impersonators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlicensed Jews. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but how is this sting thing and the fining people for having a right? Freedom of movement is a right. It's
Correct.
the pursuit of happiness. So what is the difference in a sting operation at the house and a sting operation called a sobriety checkpoint, where they
Nothing.
pull you? Okay, then, because what they're doing with the sobriety checkpoint is the same thing. They're saying, well, you might have shoddy driving in the future. We're pulling everybody over in case somebody might have shoddy
or you
driving.
might be doing something now. It's the same thing as a general warrant that used to be issued by the king, and that would be just go out and find bad people and stop everybody and sort them out.
Yeah.
And that was
sounds really good when you say it.
Yeah.
I like it when you say it.
racial profiling or profiling in general.
I've met Rachel.
The point is that was one of the indictments that we put in the Declaration of Independence against the King of England.
Yeah.
Because he was doing that. We declared that null and void, illegal, and we can't have it brought back and have it be legal now, lawful now. It's antithetical to anything American.
Yeah.
So, to put a cap on this story from Florida, and once again from constitutional grounds, it says it is time to hold our justice system, like the police, the DAs, and judges, to account. Please like and share. Go to constitutional grounds and make constitutional governance the discussion.
Yep.
So.